No matter who you are, you probably have a Ford Mustang story, whether you've owned one or know someone who owned one or just understand the cultural impact that the Mustang has had in the last 60 years. This is Out Motorsports, the channel for cars as you are. My name is Jake and I'm here with the newest Ford Mustang. This is the 2024 Ford Mustang Fastback. Now, my own Mustang story starts back in high school. One of my really good friends had a 2001 GT, and my Mustang story continued last year, about the same time of year, here at the Tail of the Dragon, where North Carolina meets Tennessee on some excellent back roads. Ford sent us a purple Mustang Fastback with the EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine and really no other options. And honestly, I didn't love that car. It was not a great car for back roads. So Ford said, hey, for your trip here this year, let's have you take the new one, and we'll give you the one that's got all the performance goodies on it and see if you like that any better. Now, this is also an EcoBoost. Ford still does offer the GT with the 5-liter V8, but if you don't get the V8, this is what you're getting. It is a 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It makes 315 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque. It's a little bit higher horsepower than the outgoing model. They've revised the engine with some internals and a different turbocharger, but that's not really the point of this car because EcoBoost is EcoBoost, but this one has the high performance package on it, which gives you a whole bunch of options. And then Ford also added the Magneride adaptive suspension, they added the active exhaust, and they added the Recaro seats. So let's talk through what you get here. There's a lot new with the Mustang, especially in the interior. There's screens everywhere, which I can't stand in any new car, but I'm not here to talk about the screens, and I'm not here to talk about the styling. I'm here to talk about how it drives, because that's what we do on this channel, and I've got plenty of great back roads all around me here, so let's just cut to the chase. All right, so let's talk about driving this Mustang EcoBoost premium performance, everything loaded up package. So this has been just a hell of a car. I am really impressed with it. This is not the Mustang that my friend had that was a 2001 GT. This is such a better car, and whatever you did to that one would never make it handle as well as this one. I am so impressed by the handling of this car. I did not think I would like it as much as I have. It has just been a lovely car to play with for the past week. So why is that? Well, the handling is the best part about it. The chassis dynamics of this car are just so great. It's predictable, it's easy, it turns in, it doesn't bite you like the other ones used to. The way the differential builds power and locks up as you're getting out of a corner just makes life easy. And the suspension tuning, the tire, I said I didn't love Pirellis, but the tire goes a long way here. This is, oh, it's so good. So good. The steering goes a long way too. It's got enough feel, and the only thing I don't love about that is it's just a little darty right off center. It's fine for what I'm doing here on the highway or around town. You might think it feels a little quick. Now, I am driving this car in track mode, which seems silly on a back road because this is just it's a road, it's a public road. But for this, the roads are paved well enough, and it keeps the dampers nice and tight. It keeps the body control really, really good. So not a lot of roll, nice and predictable, like I said, easy, easy, easy. The engine in this car is great as far as power and torque. They changed to a smaller twin-scroll turbo this year, and I think it basically makes it build power a little bit lower in the revs and build torque, and it feels really good. It's not really rewarding to rev it out, and it also doesn't sound that good. It's fine. It makes plenty of power and torque. I don't think we need more of that here. The sound, it's fine. I would skip the active exhaust, to be honest. It sounds like an angry coffee grinder or a kazoo or whatever your favorite analogy is, but the exhaust is not great here. But engine is generally okay. The transmission is my least favorite part of the entire car. When it's left to its own devices in drive, no matter what drive mode you're in, it's pretty bad. It wants to upshift early, and it just doesn't really do the sports car thing very well. After 7th gear, everything's overdriven, so you're not going to use any of those. I've been driving it in manual mode, using like 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and that's plenty of gearing. The gears are short, so you are shifting it a lot, but it helps keep the engine in that power and torque peak. So, you know, it's fine. And the paddle shifters are responsive enough. They can be a little laggy, so you got to pull them just a touch before what you want. Now I do also have the gauge cluster set to the track mode. You can set that independent of the drive mode. And I don't love screens in cars for a lot of reasons, but Ford does do a nice job with this digital cluster, because in track mode, you've just got this big ribbon tachometer, and it's easy to kind of see it at your periphery and be focused on your driving, but still understand where the engine is in the rev range so that you're not running up on the fuel cut. Because when you do, it'll just let you bang off of it in manual mode, which I love, but it really kills your momentum because it does cut fuel. And then of course, as you have to slow down, the brakes in this car are phenomenal. Big Brembos front and rear, upgraded pads. It's got plenty of brake. It is so good. I can't get over that this is a Mustang, and it's the 4-cylinder. Obviously the GT, the dark horse, they're gonna be even higher limits, but on a back road, this is plenty of car. It's very tossable, it's very fun, it's playful. It doesn't bite you. It's very accessible and approachable and easy to just hop in and drive fast. The harder I'm pushing it, the more I'm enjoying it. Now I am at the tail of the dragon, which is a tighter sort of series of roads. Where we're driving now, this is a little more open. This is what they call Hellbender, that takes you up toward Fontana Dam, if anyone knows that. But on the actual tail, it's much tighter. This is a big car. You do feel the size, it fills the lane, and on those really tight roads, it is down to clown. It will play, but you gotta be careful, especially if you're watching the lane markers, as you should be. You don't want to be crossing over that double yellow. This just feels like a bigger car than something else that you might be considering, whether it's a, Miata, Z4, Boxster. Like, of course those are smaller cars, but this just feels it a little bit more. But in general, I'm just so thrilled with this. As far as the interior is concerned, the Recaro seats are a great option. They're really snug. The bolsters are perfect for someone built like me. If you're built bigger than me, you may not have as good of a time. I would just say do a test sit. Now, the downside of these, like I mentioned, they're not heated and ventilated. They're not power operated. It's kind of been the way they are in the Mustang for a long time. I would probably skip them, in all honesty, and just get the standard seats, because I would rather have that for day-to-day driving. I'd also skip the active exhaust. It doesn't sound that good. And if you do those two things, you're gonna take about $5,000 off the price of this car, which brings the MSRP down to about $45,000. And I think for 45 grand, it's a pretty good car. Now, would I buy this one? That's the tricky part, because I love how light on the nose this is. It loves to turn in. It's so eager. And I think if you had the V8, if you had the GT, it's gonna feel heavier up front. And I don't know about that. This is really fun. It's almost European in how it turns in, which I really enjoy. I want to experience the GT and find out for myself. And personally, I think I'd still want the V8 noises, and I just love driving a manual, even though I know it's not the fastest. This has been a really great companion for this last week. And, when we're all done here, we're going to put it back in drive, put it back in the normal drive mode, hit the highway for 8 or 9 hours, and head back to DC. And it's a pretty comfy car. Even the Recaros are pretty comfy. So it's a good one car to do it all. If you're okay with the 4-cylinder or the automatic, which I'm coming around on a little bit more, a little bit more. This is really, it's just a hell of a car. I'm so impressed. The harder you push it, the easier it is, the more fun it is. Yeah, well done, Ford. I love this because this is on the more affordable end of things, and it's still really, really good. I'm sure the GT is better in some ways. It might not be as light on the nose as this, but it's a different car, different personality, but this is just it's good. Yeah, I have so much good to say about it. So that is it. Hopefully you learned something from this little video. I appreciate you coming along. As always, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe right here on YouTube. Give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the good stuff there. Head over to outmotorsports.com. We've got a whole group over there of LGBT automotive enthusiasts, motorsports competitors who would love you to join us for some road rallies on the street, some drives on the track. We've got some competition coming up here, and we would love to have you for any and all of that. So till next time, stay safe, be well, keep it between the mayo and the mustard. See you for the next one.